Collective. Welcome back to the realm of alignment, where we unlock the body's hidden codes. This is to break up stagnant energy. I feel like somebody was asking. Okay, so welcome. Happy Friday. This is the day of harmony, and we are going to be getting into harmonizing with our energies through expansion. So this is our last day of Crown Chakra week, and I pray that all of the work being done has been genuinely timeline shifting for you. I hope that you were able to release the attachments. I hope that you were able to find your gifts and your purpose. If you already knew what it was, I hope that you were able to step fully into it, confidently into it, whatever the case may be. Now today we're just going to be in harmony with the energy. So I pray that this class supports you with that as we are closing out Crown Chakra week after this and stepping into the gateway energy of Soul Star Chakra week. You ready? Grab your journals and your pens. Don't forget. Let's get into it. Question number 1 is, what is your favorite way to connect with God, Source, Creator energy right now? My favorite way is through prayer. I like to pray because God be answering. Listen, have you guys ever prayed and in the middle of praying, a confirmation comes through to like answer exactly what you were praying about, like immediately, or like even right after you've prayed, a confirmation comes through, or during the day it comes through? Just the response from God when you're praying feels so reassuring. That's my favorite way to connect to God. Another way that I connect is in nature. I love sitting by the water. I love sitting in, the grass in a field with massive trees. I love sitting by the trees. Being in nature in general, just being outside, being able to sit in the sun. Sun gazing is another way. I love sun gazing. Another way that I love to do that is gardening, because I love nature so much and I know that's a form of God, because it's God's creation, is gardening. Watching plants grow from how I take care of them shows me my energy is fully connected to Source when they do well, when they thrive. So I really love that as well. Another way that I connect to God, that I connect to Source, is through my spiritual practices. Either a spiritual bath, I can do, candle magic. I can clean the house, wash my floors, burn sage, smudge with frankincense, all of the spiritual practices keeps me feeling connected to God. So what is your way? Write that down, okay? Next question is, what practice strengthens my connection? Prayer. My practice, okay, so prayer, yes, but I keep feeling like God keeps telling me, especially as of recently, like, focus on yourself. Like, focus on yourself. Pour into yourself. Pour into yourself. Pour into yourself. Show up for yourself. Do this for yourself. You. Right now, it's you got to pour into you. All that love and the time and the energy that you be giving everybody else around you, pour that back into yourself. And I feel like that is genuinely strengthening my connection with God, because we are the vessels, right? We are the embodiment in the physical of God. So when we pour into ourselves and we love on ourselves and we show up for ourselves and we, trust ourselves to be in the best energy possible, to be in our alignment, to be in our power and our purpose, when we trust ourselves to do these things, of course it's going to strengthen the connection to God, because we are the vessel. We are made in the image of Source, of the Creator. So being able to love on yourself, and loving on yourself in actuality is loving on God. It has to be. It has to be a form of loving on God. So I find that the more that I pour into myself, the more that I show up for myself, the more that I do work on myself, is the stronger my connection to God becomes, because then I can hear God more. When I pray, I know it's God, because whenever I pray, the response comes, and I know like it's only God that could do that. It's only God that can respond, especially when it's not a confusing answer. It's just direct. It's like a statement, a direct answer. I heard Becoming Kate. She's a great reader on YouTube. She explained it the best way. God speaks in statements. Fear speaks in sentences and makes you feel like, you know, you got to question this and question that. And it's like all these roundabout thoughts. But when God speaks, it's in statements. It's like you're just being told, this is it. Like, you need to go there. You need to do this. Stop saying that. Stop wearing this. Drink that. That's how God talks. And that becomes more clear of a channel when you are pouring into yourself. I personally feel like when I drink a lot of water, it keeps my psychic channels clear. Being hydrated keeps my psychic channels clear and helps me pour into that channel that I have with Source for me to discern the messages. That might be for somebody out there. Okay. Now, think about for yourself what that is. Next question is, what distraction weakens it? Meaning your connection to Source. My distraction is overthinking. When I get lost in my thoughts and I get caught up in fearful thinking and I start, you know, just overly analyzing everything, that's when the connection becomes immediately weakened, because now I'm not hearing what God's saying to me. I'm not hearing what God's trying to direct me to do. I'm overriding God's voice, the one statement that was already made. And then jumping into this overanalyzing and overthinking and overfeeling and just overdoing it, doing the most. That weakens my connection to Source, because now I'm stepping in the middle of what God's telling me to do with my own disobedience, because I'm fearful. So now that I'm aware of that, it puts me in a space of being so intentional about not overthinking, about, you know, not being so caught up in my thoughts and my mind and trying to foresee the future all the time. You know, it's a form of abusing your gifts as well, because if you're a seer, you're psychic, and you have the ability to see, God's not going to allow you to see everything, but you may get caught up. If you're in this fearful energy of overthinking, you may find yourself getting caught up trying to like analyze every move and everything being done. And it's like, you're not going to be shown everything. God's not going to tell you everything. As a matter of fact, just because you're asking, it's probably not going to go the way that you believe or were even told it was going to go. It's going to switch. The energy is going to shift, and it's going to go a different way, because now you're paying too much attention to what you were told is going to happen. Now the outcome may be the same, but how it's going to go through its process will change. And that may even start to make you feel more like you're, you know, losing it. Like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, am I going the wrong way now? Because it doesn't look the same. And it's like, no, that's because your focus and attachment to the outcome is causing you to fall off track with Source. So this is a very clear clue for you. But if you get out of your head, you'll be able to see that, you know? So think about what distraction for you weakens your connection to Source. And then you can take ownership and accountability and change and even intercept when that distraction starts to come in. Because the last thing you want in this reality, in this timeline, is to weaken your connection to Source. This is not the time for that. You need your connection to God to become stronger. Only become stronger. Last question is, does your purpose serve the collective? How or how not? Okay, that's for you to answer. I'm not going to get into that. I don't want there to be any level of comparison for you guys. So answer that for yourself honestly. Think about it and write it down. Does your purpose serve the collective? How or how not? Yeah. All right. Now we're going to do our Friday reflection tool, moving into the source connection integration. Now, this integration practice is going to have us seated comfortably. Put your hand over your heart, your right hand over your heart, and just breathe naturally. I'm so sorry, I'm yawning because I had a long day. But here we're gonna ask ourselves, what makes me feel closest to God, Source, Creator, Spirit, whatever you call the Almighty, the all-knowing Source? What makes you feel closest? Just think about that. Think about how your heart feels. Just observe. No judgments, no trying to fix anything, change anything. Just observe how you're feeling. What makes me feel closest to God, Source, Creator, Spirit? Now, here's another reflection question. What distractions consistently pull me away from that connection? Okay, so that's also in alignment with our last question, or second last question, about what distraction weakens it. Okay, let's put those two together and really ponder on that, okay? Now we're going to do an integration breathwork exercise. As we inhale, we can say out louder to ourselves, I receive guidance. As we exhale, we can say out loud to ourselves, I release resistance. Now let's inhale. I receive guidance. Exhale. I release resistance. Inhale. I receive guidance. Exhale. I release resistance. One last time. Inhale. I receive guidance. Exhale. I release resistance. And you can continue this for 2 more minutes. But we'll end it there and close out with the mantra. You can say out louder to yourself. I am supported by something greater than myself. I am supported by something greater than myself. My purpose and my connection grow together. My purpose and my connection grow together. Now let's inhale. Exhale. Share. Thank you so much. So much for being here. And again, I hope that you have found the expansion in this work, in yourself, in your growth, in your purpose and your gifts, and you really take this with you and move forward on a new timeline. Okay, so this is what the work looks like so that you can genuinely move and step into your new timeline. So I hope that you wrote everything down in your journals and you're processing how you're feeling and taking the time to process how you're feeling, being patient with yourself, gentle with yourself, okay? Love on yourself throughout this process. And this is the end. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next week for Soul Star Chakra, okay? Peace. Bye. Aligned, activated, ascended.